Hey guys, it's GameFace and welcome back to episode 62 of our Manchester City career. Now in today's episode we have got plenty of games to get through. It's actually going to the end of the season as well in today's episode, so we're going to be finishing off all the rest of the games we have to play in today's episode. The final of the FA Cup is the first game against Liverpool. The final of the Champions League against Tottenham is followed up by that as well just a week later. And then we do have the Euros to play as well with England, so looking forward to that. That will be at the end of today's episode. We will hopefully get through the whole tournament as well, so it's going to be a lot of games condensed into one episode, I suspect. But I think that's the way I'm going to do it. We'll have to wait and see how we get on for time. But we are going to see how we get on. And we'll find out at the end of today's episode whether it is the last episode of the series as well. Before we get into things though, if we could try and hit 75 likes, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already as well. And that'd be absolutely fantastic too. Let's crack on with this game against Liverpool. This is a team going to go with Edison starts in goal, Maffeo, Stones, Tara, and Mendy in defence. We've got Goretzka, Foden, De Bruyne in midfield, Sterling, Jesus and Malcolm as our front three. Let's crack on with the game. Let's try and get ourselves some more silverware. A victory here would mean that we do the treble. Obviously, it's looking to try and do the quadruple, but the treble if we do win this game against Liverpool. Let's find out whether we can do it. Okay, here we go for this game. Massive match, obviously, against Liverpool. Good team. Obviously, we've got a fantastic side as well. We've already won the Premier League. We've already won the other domestic cup as well. So this is an opportunity to add a third cup to our cabinets in today's game, and we'll wait and see whether we are capable of doing that. We've got to make sure that we are at our best in this match as well, because any sort of small slip-ups, that could cost us the game, and also this trophy as well. Oh, intercepted by Foden. De Bruyne going to take a touch and shoot, and it's deflected out for a corner. De Bruyne now to deliver into a tricky area. Goretzka's there, connects with it, and just about saved there by Karius. Good header, actually. Plenty of power behind it there by Goretzka. Foden, go on. Oh, just over the bar. It's on his right foot, to be fair to him, but really good strike anyway. He gets plenty of power behind it, just couldn't quite get it down enough. In the end, skies it. Goretzka takes a touch, shoots. Oh, saved by Karius. Again, the keeper off his line a little bit and allows us to test him from that sort of range. And he does just about get enough on it in the end to direct it out for a corner. And as you can see, he has to go there. His right hand, tip it over. And he looked a little bit worried there for a second. It might have gone over him, but he did just manage to save it. Into Goretzka again. This time the header not quite as powerful. There we go, into Malcolm from Jesus. Malcolm running forward still, going to go for the shot from this angle, saved. Followed up by Sterling, who does actually score. It's at the back of the net, 31 minutes in. We finally get the breakthrough goal. I didn't expect Sterling to score that actually on his left foot. Thought he was going wide initially, but he does just about nestle into the back of the net. It's 1-0, Raheem Sterling scores on his left foot. And it's a good little follow-up bit of play there. It's not obviously anything fantastic, but it still has to follow it up. He still has to get that on target and keep it down on his left foot. He does that really well. Good run initially from Malcolm, who gets the shot away. Save first of all. But yeah, like I said, just followed up there into an empty net. 1-0. Ball into Jesus now on his left foot. That's unbelievable. Straight from kickoff. 4 minutes later, I think it is. That's incredible play. I think it's Phil Foden that plays it through to Gabriel Jesus. He just hits it first time on his left foot, as easy as that. Smashes it home past Karius and somehow we've doubled our lead after a couple of minutes. Unbelievable bit of play. Somehow managed to win it back with Liverpool as well. And then we just ran forward from there into Jesus there into Foden. Little 1-2. Look at that pass. Perfect ball in. Hits it first time. Unbelievably scores. 2-0. Half-time still won the game 2-0. Obviously great to be in front and got ourselves a little bit of a gap in between ourselves and Liverpool here. Liverpool not really tested us too much. Been quite disappointing from their side of things. Only 3 shots, none of which on target. So they're going to have to step it up a little in the second half if they are to challenge us. So far so good though from us. We are controlling this game, having plenty of good chances. And we've taken 2 of them so far. Over to Jesus. It's going to be 3-0 at this rate. Jesus running through, and he does make it 3-0. It's 2 for Jesus. It's 3 for us. Liverpool are getting completely dominated here. They're struggling to cope with us defensively. They're not doing a very good job at it at all. The fullbacks getting caught every single time when they want to go forward. With us having wingers, again, it's just working in our favour every single time. It's this formation really just works perfectly for us. Allows us to keep those wingers really high up the pitch. You just see we exploit those sort of positions there. In this case, it's Jesus. It's not even a winger. It's a great finish though, 3-0. Foden. Going to go for a cross into the back post maybe. Oh, nearly. So close. Actually headed away this time by the Liverpool defence. Much better from them. Unlucky though for Malcolm, who couldn't get there. Tar trying to get to that corner. I think it's maybe out for a goal kick. Sterling looking for Jesus. Jesus still going. He played into Malcolm now. Malcolm a chance. And there's the 4th one on the break this time round. We've done it again. It's 4-0 now. And it's just 3 or 4 players that managed to somehow just outdo the whole Liverpool defence in midfield. Going forward, just so strong. Good bit of pace going forward, obviously, as well. That kills all defences, really. It's a good little late run there from Malcolm. Smashes at home. You're not going to stop that. It's 4-0 now. Tearing them apart, and I think we can say the FA Cup is definitely ours. It's been a very comfortable game. Far too easy, really, for a final. But that's just the case with our performances this season. We've dominated across all 4 competitions, which we haven't done before. This is the first season that we've managed to do that, and it's consequently the reason why it's probably going to be our last season as well. But still a Champions League finals to play, so not necessarily won all 4 competitions yet, but certainly won the treble at least. And Sterling going forward, looking for a 5th now, going for a cross into Foden. Could have got even worse, and I think it still might with 30 minutes left. Wow, incredibly close here. De Bruyne's over this one. Okay. This could be interesting, because this is a really good chance if you're good at free kicks. If you're not, then, well, no position's a good chance. Oh, on target, saved by Karius. Not the sort of free kick I was after, but it was on target at least. Malcolm going to try and hit the front post a little bit better this time. Jesus is there, but headed away, and could be followed up again by Malcolm. Get it on his left foot. Oh, what a ball in. Great whippage as well. It's saved by the goalkeeper. I think that might have been a header from the opposition, though. Let's have a look. Looked like it might have been. Sterling certainly jumped, but incredible whippage there from Malcolm into the back post, and yeah, out for another corner. De Bruyne going to deliver in. Mafio's in there. Oh, good connection, but again saved. All 3 changes now. Aguero, Mbappe, Messi all got to come on. We're going to take a Foden, Malcolm and Jesus. Jesus got himself an injury, slight injury. Hopefully nothing too bad. I want to play in the final of the Champions League in a week's time, so hopefully he recovers for that, and that it's only a couple of days maybe. But yeah, we are going to make all 3 changes. Not bad 3 changes to be bringing on, really, with about 20 minutes left of the game. But yeah, we're certainly going to make them just to freshen up the team slightly in attack. Not that it really needs freshening up, to be honest. We've scored 4 goals already. Chance for Liverpool. Oh, the first time they've looked a real threat. And they've hit the bar, was it? All the crossbar, I didn't even see. But a really good opportunity anyway. I think it might have been the post. Ooh, just wide. Liverpool have a couple of chances now, so they throw more players forward, but still nothing massively significant. Just that one opportunity there where they did hit the woodwork and obviously caused us a slight issue. Digne coming forward, but not for long. Goretzka with a great challenge. And in fact, continue to go forward here. Good opportunity still for Liverpool. Good bit of play as well on top of that. Coutinho into Digne, quick 1-2, great passing, struggling to win it back, but we do eventually, and a chance for us to hit them on the counter-attack here. Messi, to Mbappe, who's going to try and play it on, but loses it. That's it, the game finishes 4-0. More importantly though, we have won the FA Cup, and we get ourselves the treble this season as well. Fantastic news, obviously, for us. Great performance, fully deserved. Liverpool didn't do enough. They had 1 or 2 chances, maybe they could have scored both of them, but still wouldn't be enough to win the game. 4-0 it finishes, and a very comfortable final win as well. So, impressed with that. Let's lift the trophy now, and let's move on to the Champions League final afterwards. It became very clear after the 2nd and 3rd goal that we were going to go on and win this game. We're in total control, really, so no big surprises. But yeah, good to see that we've won the treble for the first time in this series as well. I think we won 3 trophies in one of the seasons, but I think that included maybe the pre-season tournament or the Community Shield, something like that, which don't really count. So I think it's the first time we've won 3 proper trophies. And I'm not really too sure who's going to lift it. Was it De Bruyne I just saw, I think? So yeah, De Bruyne, by the looks of it, going to lift this trophy. And this will be maybe our 2nd FA Cup, I want to say. But again, not 100% sure on that. But here he is, stepping up the captain for this game, going to lift up the trophy. And we are the winners of the FA Cup this season. We've done the treble, and now we're going to try and move on and try and get ourselves a quadruple win this season as well to end the series on. So let's move on and find out how we do. Gabriel Jesus out for 5 days with a bruised shoulder. I don't know how long it takes for a bruised shoulder to heal, but I don't think it's 5 days, to be totally honest. So, very strange one, but hopefully just about gets back in time for the final of the Champions League. Let's wait and see whether he does. I got some training drills to do first of all, though. No massive improvements this week. Aguero gets himself Player of the Month as well. That's great news. Sergio Aguero also, I think, wants to start this game as well. Okay, so actually just the one change. Sergio Aguero is going to start up front instead of Jesus. And other than that, it's going to be the exact same team. Don't change something that's got yourself such a good victory, really. The only real reason for the change to Aguero is because he's fully fit and Jesus isn't quite. So he goes on the bench. Maybe a slight risk, but Aguero has also won, I think, or maybe he came second in, I think, the race for the Golden Boot. So, second to Malcolm and other players in the team. So we should be okay for goals, I hope. But hopefully I haven't spoken too soon, and let's just wait and see against Tottenham. Could be a tricky game, potentially. They've also got some good players yet again, but it's never really easy to know exactly what sort of performance you're going to get from the opposition. Here we go for this game against Tottenham. Let's find out how he gets on. We're at the San Siro for the final of the Champions League, so there's a bit of a different venue. I was hoping it'd be Wembley again, but It's not going to be the case this time round, but let's see how he gets on. Could be a tough game. I'm hoping that, again, we play good football. I'm also actually looking for quite a competitive game, really, as well, after we beat Liverpool so comfortably. Sometimes difficult to know whether you're going to get that or not, though. Opportunity here, good opportunity, in fact. Oh, Ericsson saved there by Ederson. Thought it was going to be a good opportunity for them to score, but luckily our goalkeeper just stopped it out for a corner. Got to try and clear this one away and get it away properly as well. It still goes out to another Tottenham player. Got to clear our lines better than this. Aguero, Foden here running forward, good look into the back post here. Malcolm takes a touch, shoots and scores with our first shot of the game. That just showed you how clinical we've been in the finishing area of the pitch. I mean, it just keeps on happening for us. Good ball in here from Foden, just cuts inside. It's a bit of a counter-attack in a way, hoofed up by the goalkeeper and eventually found Foden, who plays in Malcolm, touch and shoots. I mean, he's not been marked tight enough. It's as simple as that. The back post got to be marked better there by the right back, but allows him to score. It's 1-0, Malcolm scores again. Chance for Harry Kane, saved again by Ederson. Just not enough conviction behind any of the Tottenham shots at the moment. They've had 1 or 2 chances, but nothing major really to get us worried so far. They're looking better than Liverpool did, I'll give them that, but still nothing massive for us to try and defend. Chance here to play it into De Bruyne. De Bruyne, oh, lined one up as well, saved by Lloris. Half-time winning the game 1-0, so far in complete control yet again, similar to the Liverpool game, except this time not maybe quite as many shots, certainly not probably deserving of a 2 or 3-0 scoreline or anything like that at half-time, but more balanced in terms of the stats is what the match facts are saying anyway, but certainly felt like we were more in control than Tottenham, and maybe just had slightly fewer shots on target, but other than that, certainly deserved to be in front, I'd say. There's still no reason why Tottenham couldn't come back into this game, though. They've had enough chances, but just not enough clear-cut ones. Sterling into Maffeo. Maffeo now into Sterling. Sterling across. Oh, that'd been great play as well, but cut out well by the defender. Aguero running forward, going to go for a cross. Finds Foden. Foden lays off to Malcolm. Oh, so close. Great save there by Lloris. Not even too sure that it was necessarily going in. It might be rising too much, but a great opportunity. Just thought I'd play it over to Malcolm, who was free and in a better position as well. So it's 1-0. They'll look for a second goal, and until we get the second goal, we can't really get too comfortable, especially when we go into the final 10-15 minutes or so, because one Tottenham goal will obviously change the whole match massively. Aguero going to go for a crossover there to Sterling, takes a touch, shoots. Oh, good save from Lloris. Maybe could have taken a few extra touches, but I thought maybe it was the best option to shoot. Great chance. What a save, Ederson. 9 minutes left. This is what I mean when you get into the final 10 minutes or so, and basically anything can happen. So we've got to be careful. We are going to make some changes, try and freshen things up, hit on a break maybe. But yeah, you've got to be really careful that they don't go on and nick something from this. Or, of course, send us into extra time, which is more likely. First 2 changes, Jesus and Mbappe both going to come on. We're going to take a Foden and Aguero, basically just changing the attack again. I do it quite often because the attack's really important in the final 10 minutes. If you have some fresh legs going forward, you can always hit any team on the break. So you've got to try and freshen things up there, and that's why I brought on more pace. We're going to keep the third substitute just in case something happens, in case we have to go into extra time, in which case we can freshen up maybe the midfield or one of the wingers. But for now, we'll go with that, and we've headed away from the corner, which is good. There we go, that's more like it. Found Malcolm there as Mbappe. It's a great bit of play. And Malcolm maybe going to try and pick somebody out here. Can he come back inside for Sterling? Mbappe to finish off his own attack. Gets in the way. Does Jesus? Great. A final chance maybe in the 90th minute here. Can we get into the front post? Cause them a few issues there. Try and pick out Goretzka if we can. A little bit far away from him. It's going to be a corner. That should be it. The Champions League should be ours here. Come on, let's just deliver this final ball in. We're going to go for a Sterling cross here. Into the front post, head of the way. Blow your whistle, ref. We're going to put it back in again. And it's going to be headed away again. That's got to be it. That's got to be it, ref. Blow you. Yes, there we go. We've won the Champions League. We've done the quadruple as well this year, so very happy about that. With a 1-0 victory over Tottenham. We could have obviously maybe had an extra goal or 2, but overall very happy. The most important thing is that you get yourself the victory. And we've won all 4 competitions this season. Incredible stuff, really. First time we've managed to do that. I think first time maybe ever in any career that I've done. I'm pretty sure I've tried to do it before. I don't know how successful it's been before. From what I can remember, I don't think we've managed to do it. So, impressive if that is the case. Let me know in the comment section below if you can remember me ever doing the quadruple before. I certainly can't off the top of my head. Could be completely wrong though. Might have done it with Barca recently. But yeah, very happy with how we've done. Impressed with the performances as well. We've kept up such consistency this season. It's been really impressive. Only, I think, last episode where we had a couple of dips here and there did we sort of go a little bit more inconsistent. But other than that, we were very, very consistent throughout. I think we lost 1 or 2 games as well, which is pretty impressive. impressive in 4 competitions. So overall, very happy. De Bruyne here, the captain again for this game, going to lift the trophy. He returned back from injury, which was perfect, also to lift these 2 trophies at the end of the season. So yeah, very happy about that, and gets us 4 trophies in all. Very, very happy that we've managed to win every single trophy possible. Yeah, not something that's very easy at all, especially with so many injuries as well towards the end of the season and throughout a lot of the season as well. But very impressive stuff. And now we can move on to the Euros with England. So obviously looking forward to that. We do obviously have another competition to try and win, and we'll wait till we are able to do that. You maybe just saw the stats there. I think we had 6 shots, 2 on target, 1 goal. So maybe not quite as many shots as I thought, to be honest, according to the stats. And so, yeah, maybe the 1 goal was just enough and just deserved. So, yeah, that's it. As you can see, the tournament tree there, the path that we took to get into the final. 8-2 against Monaco, 7-1 against Bayern, 4-1 against Chelsea, obviously 1-0 against Tottenham in the final. So yeah, very impressive overall. And now we've got to just focus on England. We had a really, really good season at Man.City. So our 3rd season, I think, 3rd and final season. And we will be ending the road here. There will be a voting video out very shortly. There'll be a few teams on there that you guys have left in the comments section. A couple of teams that I've also added in there as well. Essentially, there's going to be Arsenal as one of the teams to choose from, and there'll be a few others as well. I think maybe Sunderland will be on there, and there'll be a couple of other teams, probably from abroad as well. So that video will be out very, very shortly. Let me know any other thoughts you have about this in the comments section below. If you have any other teams that you'd like me to maybe try with. I've seen a few people saying PSG. The likelihood of that happening is not very, very likely, to be honest, just because it's basically a 1-team league anyway, isn't it? Other than obviously Monaco, who have obviously recently been challenging. But yeah, I think it'll just be too easy. I know obviously we've done the Man.City one. I'd like to do it with another team that's not sort of expected to win the league, if that makes sense. Obviously Arsenal's still a very good team, but certainly wouldn't have them as one of the top 2 teams to go and win the league. Maybe now they've got the new attack, but yeah, we'll wait and see anyway. Looking forward to playing that Chroma if it is the case. Again, it'll be down to you guys in the votes in the video that comes out very, very shortly. There'll be a few other teams there to choose from as well. Speaking of PSG, one of the potential job openings is PSG. Just another 600 million there to spend. There's a lot of big budgets around for some reason. Southampton 275 million, Tottenham 226, obviously Everton just over 105 as well. So yeah, pretty impressive to say the least. I don't think they're going to be one of the teams that I'm going to join though. I think it will just be a fresh team with obviously all the new transfers done and everything. Good to see Leroy Sané and Kyle Walker joining us now, back from injury as well. Typical that Kyle Walker is back fully fit literally the day before the England game. Of course, he was unpaid in the England squad because of his injury, and so he could have probably played or been involved in the squad anyway, but that's what sometimes happens, unfortunately. The European Championships are here now, but I don't know, actually, whether we are going to play them in today's episode. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the squad, we're going to talk a little bit about the stats and all those sort of things that have happened this season, and I think we'll do the European Championships next episode instead, just to kind of break things up a little bit, and we'll do all that tournament next episode round. So I know some people do like the international games, some people don't necessarily, so I think we'll put it in next episode instead, and also just kind of breaks things up a little bit as well between Man.City and England. I am tempted to continue like the Man.City side of things in one way and just literally sell every player that's like over 22 or something like that, just completely get rid of them and then just literally go with our younger players. I am tempted to do that and just strip back loads of the team and try and bring through the likes of, you know, Costa that we have, who's a really, really good player that we have going forward, of our centre forwards as well. Players like Phil Foden as well. Also got Collins when he comes back from injury. That sort of thing is very tempting to do, but I don't know. I'm not really too sure. It's obviously a very, very different sort of thing to do, and it would require wiping out a lot of the team and trying to bring through a lot of players from the youth academy, which maybe could be difficult, but it's something I'm definitely thinking about. It could be an option. Do like a youth Man.City career mode instead. But anyway, on to players' overall growth this season. We are going to go through the whole squad. Ederson's gone up 1, Munich up 3, we've got Fritzl there up 4, Maffia up 3, Kyle Walker stays the same this season, Stones up 1, Tar up 1, Company down 3, Hernandez up 2, Tosson up 2, Humphreys Grant up 2, Ottomani stays the same, Mendy up 2, Davenport up 1, Vera up 17, incredible season for him, Rossi up 5, Godin up 6, Insu up 7 there, Mendoza up 4, Bernardo Silva up 2, Goretzka up 2, Fred up 1, Douglas Luiz up 2, Ruiz there up 4. We've got Richardson up 1. Gallardo up 1. 6 for Mahrez. Mason up 3. Gundogan stays the same. Moyer up 3. Evans up 5. Delph down 1. 3 for Linz. 1 for Davis. Castro up 6. Garcia up 2. 2 for Diaz. 2 for Zinchenko. Foden up 1. De Bruyne stays the same. 8 for Costa. 9 for Collins. Another good season as well for him. Messi down 2. Malcolm up 1. Sterling up 1. Branco up 5. 3 for Jesus. Down 1 for Sergio Aguero. Up 2 for Mbappe. Alvarez up 5. Marcos there up 1. And we've got Leroy Sané up 2 as well. So overall, very, very good seasons for everyone. You can see the youngsters in particular that did excel. Vieira going up 17. A fantastic season. Imagine if he does that again, then he'll be a really, really good player. 85, would that make him? Yeah, I think so. 85. But obviously 18 years old to go up 17 like that. By 19, he could be 85. It's ridiculous. I'd certainly expect him to go up to 80 if he continues at the same sort of growth in the next season if he were to do one. Collins also a great season for him as well. And we're also going to go through some of the actual stats as well of these players, because I quite like going through some of those sort of things. So we are going to see exactly how individual players have got in terms of appearances and goals and assists, that sort of thing. Let's start with Ederson. He's had 56 appearances this season. A really incredible season. That's the most appearances out of anyone in the squad. Fairly obvious, I suppose, that that's going to be the case. So we just had him playing for most of the matches. It's very impressive from him. 27 clean sheets. You can see the breakdown of his stats there as well on the right-hand side. Muric's played 2 games. Both those games came in the Challenge Cup though, so it's actually pre-season. Wasn't involved in any of the other matches. Futsal played in 13. 3 of those were in the friendly games. And obviously some of the other ones in the Cup game. 1 Premier League starter for him, but still 9 clean sheets is very good. Mafia played 32. Obviously started to catch Kyle Walker up when he went out with an injury. He was also in the squad before then as well, so impressive from him. 17 clean sheets. Kyle Walker gets 15, so slightly less actually, but from more games. Stones 39 games, very impressive. Him and Tau, obviously my main centre-backs this season. Company on 17, had Hernandez play 28 games as well. Should also mention Kyle Walker got 3 goals as well. Great season from the right-back. You can go further down the list. Otamendi got 1 goal, 1 assist as well. Maffeo got 4 assists, which I'd not realised. Tau got 2 assists as well, which is quite good for a centre-back. Mendy gets 4 assists and a goal. We got there Vieira getting 1 goal, 1 assist. I think he played really well in game. Very impressed with him. If we continue to go down here, Mendoza gets himself a goal this season. Bernardo Silva, only 3 goals, 5 assists, but still some good performances at times this season. Was in and out of the squad, obviously, as well. Delph played 30 games. That's more than Bernardo, which is a little bit strange, but obviously came in at left back for a little bit. So that's probably the reason why. Then if we go further down the list, you can see Gundogan, 8 goals, 4 assists. Quite good, actually, considering he didn't get loads of game time. But when he came off the bench, he certainly did have an impact. If we continue to go down the list here, Douglas Luiz didn't get that much game time, just 10 appearances for him, 2 assists though on top of that. Fred, not the greatest of the seasons, expecting so much from him. I had really, really high expectations for him to come in and do a really good job for us. He did it in the end, very disappointing in fact. So yeah, let's be good about that one. He came in and got 2 goals, 2 assists, and at times looked okay, but not enough consistently for me, and that's why I didn't go in the team very much either. Goretzka, the second most appearances in the squad on 47, 11 goals, 16 assists, great performance from him. Unbelievable, just ran the show in that midfield so often this season. A lot of other good performances as well. You can see that Diaz getting 19 appearances, 5 goals, 6 assists, very good. Zinchenko again, not fantastic, didn't get loads of game time though, to be fair to him. Phil Foden, an incredible season, in fact ended up as one of our highest appearances as well. More appearances than Kevin De Bruyne. Incredible stat is that, because Phil Foden has been really, really good for us. Obviously, De Bruyne, I appreciate, had an injury or 2 throughout the season. But yeah, Phil Foden was incredible. 18 goals, 13 assists. That's fantastic. So many more than Kevin De Bruyne, who actually I think had a little bit of a dip this season in form. He was certainly fantastic the last couple of seasons. But this one, or maybe his injuries, made it that he couldn't get a good run of form going, possibly. Costa 12 games, actually. I thought he had more than that. 12 appearances, 3 goals, 2 assists. I also thought he had more goals than that. Collins, 4 goals, 6 assists as well. Messi, not a great return from so many games played, but was slowing down. He was mainly used as a very late sub. Malcolm, probably one of the best performances out of anyone this season. Got himself 36 appearances, 23 goals, 13 assists as well. Sterling on 18 goals, 16 assists. Great return as well from him. You can see the rest of the players there. Jesus was the highest goal scorer by far. Look at that, 34 goals, 23 assists. That's incredible from him. Cedric Rowe did very well as well, as did Mbappe. It's a great thing about this team. The goals are so spread across the board that it does mean you have loads of really high goal scorers here. As you can see, Sané also chipping in with a fair few as well. So you can see the top goal scorers, forwards there. You can also see the top assisters as well, and Goretzka gets on that list. So overall, very impressive. Great squad. Obviously, completely smashed most teams, to be honest. And overall, was very, very happy with how we got on. We'll do the international stuff next episode. We'll play one more episode and we'll end it there, potentially. And yeah, we'll see exactly what happens. Thank you all so much for the support on this series. This is the end of the Man City things for now, at least anyway. I really do appreciate all the support that you've shown over the 62 episodes we've had so far. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could try and hit 75 likes for the final episode, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead, hit the subscribe button as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic too. Don't forget, this is the final episode of the Man City career mode. There will be the England side of things out next episode, and that'll be the final of the series, if you like. And yeah, that won't be the final career mode or anything like that. We'll have more career modes afterwards, which you guys can vote on very shortly as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.